Hello again, I am Leandro Melendez from Qualitas Group. Today, we will talk about a topic that many organizations are trying or hope to be doing, Agile, or any of its flavors and variations. You know, all those names such as Scrum, XP, Kanban, Safe, and many others. In this episode, we will go over some of the characteristics of this type of methodologies. But instead of repeating the descriptions of their steps, we will go over main reasons or the benefits that you should be pursuing with these practices. As it seems, many organizations' efforts have been oriented on embracing the practices without focusing on the main goals for the methodology. The focus, as I mentioned, has been mostly on implementing sprints, daily stand-ups, Kanban boards, post-its, getting first to the market, etc. But not that much on the ultimate benefits that Agile brings along. The very first benefits that you should be getting by these methodologies is to be reactive and fast. This means to be responsive to multiple situations such as trend changes, to confusions on requirements, and in general, to quickly adapt or change course. There are two key components that you must make sure that your Agile efforts have to achieve this agility. One is to constantly show anything that you are working on to your end user or customer. This way, you will be able to have feedback on those things you are working on from whoever is the target of your work. As mentioned, a keyword here is frequently, as you want your user to see and use every new feature ASAP, as soon as possible. Think of this as tasting something you're cooking on every step of the recipe. I mean, the edible steps. In other words, the famous MVP. Please, do not taste raw chicken that you just finished marinating. MVPs only, please. But the point here is, you should not be waiting for the whole system to be ready in order to show new things to your user. The key here is to present every little piece right after you have created it. Now, the second key element here has already been mentioned several times: feedback. You should be constantly getting it in many forms. Since there are many types of feedback and it can come from different elements in your solution, you must assure that you receive the most relevant ones. Again, you should receive it as fast, often, and automated as possible, since key to agility is to quickly receive and react on that feedback. This feedback will give you valuable information on the reaction of your target audience to each new little piece that you release. The information that you can gather could refer to many things. Let's mention some of them. One is the need. This means to keep reviewing what the user really needs before you keep working on something the user rarely uses. For this, it is recommended to measure each element's utilization. Another one is correctness. With this, you review if the feature is designed in the way that best fits the user without being clunky or just not exactly what is needed. For this, you could measure dropouts and get user feedback. Another one is to have a great experience. Here you will be gathering user experience metrics to check if such experience is going well, or improve it right away after you notice any failures. For this, you could gather performance metrics, error messages, or user comments. And these are not the only types or only methods to gather feedback. But for the sake of time, those few examples are to give you an idea of the things that you should be gathering right after you show your users something new, which again should happen very often. Also, what should happen often and really quick are the actions you should take based on that feedback. And as well, there are other elements needed for Agile, like sprint, boards, BDD, epics, poker planning, and many more, which are very important and have been extensively reviewed everywhere. Each of the tools that I just mentioned and practices will help your teams regardless of your methodologies or end goals. But beware, just adopting some won't automatically make you agile. But today, for this show, you have seen the focus or the ultimate goals that the organization generally pursues when adopting these methodologies. So, to close, the main goals that Agile helps you to achieve is to deliver accurately to your user based on their needs, gaining this accuracy by constantly gathering feedback and tuning your solution right away based on that feedback. And well, for now, I will leave it there. But as we have reviewed today, those two key Agile goals, you can now assess if your organization is truly pursuing them. As usual, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have any feedback or would like us to get into detail on any element mentioned or any other topic, please let us know. Goodbye for now, and thank you very much for your attention.